They call our first witness, please.
Your Honor, at this time, the people of the state of Florida would call Detective Ronald Wentz to the stand.
Detective Wentz, come in, please. Thanks for bearing with us. You'll come right up here. She'll place you under oath, sir.
Do you swear upon the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You step over here to the left. Watch your step, please. Please make sure you speak up.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Would you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
My name is Ronald Wentz, W-E-N-T-Z.
And, sir, how are you presently employed?
I'm a detective with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
And Detective Wentz, how long have you been employed with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office?
Approximately 19 years.
I'd like you to provide the ladies and gentlemen of the jury with a little bit of background information regarding your training, your education, and your experience that you have prior to obtaining your position with the Sheriff's Office.
Yes. Before becoming a Sheriff's Deputy, I was a mechanic. I went to the Basic Police Academy. I have been to numerous trainings, homicide schools. I'm the arson investigator for the Sheriff's Office. I'm a certified bomb technician for the Sheriff's Office.
So after the initial academy, do you continue to undergo training?
Yes, I do.
All right. And specifically as it relates to your present duties as a detective, do you take advanced training in that area as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you give us some kind of an idea of the positions that you held with the Sheriff's Office during your tenure there?
I've been a road patrol deputy, a traffic deputy, traffic homicide investigator, DUI enforcement, and a detective.
All right. With regard to the training that you've discussed and some of the refresher courses that you've taken, is that a standard practice or procedure within law enforcement that deputies with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office will continually undergo training annually?
Yes, it is.
Specifically as it relates to training, are there courses, classes, and so forth that you take from the beginning of your law enforcement experience or career to the end of your law enforcement career that relate to the conducting of a traffic stop?
Yes, there is.
Fairly common, widely accepted fact that one of the most dangerous...
I'm going to object to that. Can you pause?
Yes, sir.
Talking, Detective, about how a traffic stop is conducted. And again, from the very beginning of your career in law enforcement up and through the end of a law enforcement officer's career, is this something that is continually trained and discussed?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And is that an officer safety, is there an officer safety reason for that?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Can you just give the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and again, I want you to rely upon all of your years and all of your training and experience in this area, give them a basic understanding of how a law enforcement officer, and you have been a road patrol deputy as well, correct?
That's correct.
Have you had the occasion to conduct traffic stops in your career?
That is correct.
How many would you estimate you've conducted?
In the thousands.
Okay. So what I want you to do is just take us through the process, because we're not cops. So how is a traffic stop conducted?
A deputy sheriff or police officer observes some type of a traffic violation. Presumably we're behind the vehicle, or we get ourselves in position behind the vehicle, whether we have to make a U-turn or whatever the case may be. We call dispatch and let them know by using our ID number. Each of us are assigned a specific ID number. We let dispatch know that we're going to be conducting a traffic stop with the use of 10 codes.
What's a 10 code?
10 code is a code that law enforcement uses, and not all law enforcement use it, but we do. The 10 code for a traffic stop is 1050.
10 codes like 10-4, we all know 10-4?
That's correct.
Okay, 10-4 means what?
It means everything's good.
Okay, so 1050 means?
That I'm conducting a traffic
All
stop.
right, so go ahead.
We call out the 1050 along with our ID number. We give a vehicle description, a tag number for that vehicle, and if we're able to observe the number of occupants, the number of occupants.
All right, let's talk about, break it down one at a time. What, first of all, is the point of calling out the fact that you're conducting a traffic stop? Why is that, why are you 1050?
We need to let dispatch know and the other deputies around know that we're doing something.
Okay, so this is an officer safety issue.
That's correct.
You indicated also that once you 1050, you give your number, right?
That's correct.
What's your number?
419.
Okay, so if you were going to conduct a traffic stop, you would call it out to dispatch how?
I would say 419 SO 1050.
All right. And what is dispatch supposed to do when you set that?
They'll say 419 1050,
Okay.
and then I'll give out the tag number, the vehicle description, and the location of the stop, and number of occupants if I can tell.
All right, let's just take it one step at a time. When you're going 1050 for whatever your number is, this is going to dispatch. Can anybody else hear it?
All other law enforcement that are on our channel can hear it.
Okay. And is that part of your duties and responsibilities as a law enforcement officer to monitor the communications occurring on the radio?
Absolutely.
Again, is this a officer safety issue?
Yes, it is.
All right, now you told us that you're going to call out the vehicle, right?
Yes.
1050 for whatever, and then the vehicle. Why is the stopping or initiating deputy calling out the vehicle?
For officer safety reasons, we want to let dispatch and everyone else that's listening know the vehicle description, the tag number, in case something happens where we need to locate that vehicle afterwards.
Now, when you run a tag number on a car, can you obtain information as a result of running that tag number?
Yes.
Like what kind of things can you learn about running a person's tag number?
We can tell who the vehicle's registered to, and whether that sometimes it'll come back whether they have any warrants or their driver's license information.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a moment. You're talking about a traffic stop, or what I'm going to call, with air quotes, a routine traffic stop. Is there another kind of stop law enforcement makes?
Yes, there is.
What kind of stop is that?
A felony stop.
Okay. And what's the difference between a felony stop and a routine traffic stop?
With a felony stop, there's more than one officer, and the occupants of the vehicle are brought out of the vehicle at gunpoint.
Okay. So we're back at our routine traffic stop. You've identified, you sent out a vehicle description, you've done your 10 codes, you've done the vehicle description, you've done a tag number, and you indicated that there's something regarding location.
Yes.
Tell us that. What's the next thing that's communicated to dispatch?
We give out the location of where we are going to stop.
Can I just ask you a question? If you decided you were going to conduct a traffic stop and you didn't want anybody to know, would you broadcast that out over the radio?
No, sir.
Okay. And of course, if you did that, nobody would know you were conducting a traffic stop. Would you agree?
That's correct.
Okay. So, 10 code, my name, my number name, vehicle description, tag number, location. And again, what's the point of location?
So that everyone knows where you are for officer safety reasons.
Okay. Explain to us how this works, because this is a traffic stop by definition involves movement, right?
Correct.
Okay, so tell us, how do we know what location? How do you communicate location to dispatch?
You tell the dispatcher where you think you're going to stop. If I were going to conduct a traffic stop at Delaware Avenue and US 1, I would call out that traffic stop probably a block away, and say, I'll be 1050 at Delaware and US 1. We're not at Delaware and US 1 yet, but that's where we're going to stop.
Now, do you necessarily state, or do you state the nature of the stop? You told us vehicle description, location, and the 10 code or whatever. Do you say, I'm stopping somebody for speeding, I'm stopping them for, do you state the reason on the radio?
No, we do not.
What point in time do you put your lights on?
After you've called in the tag number, the vehicle description, and the location.
Okay. Now, do you always also put your siren on, or is that an optional thing?
No, that's an option.
Not unusual not to use your siren to conduct a routine traffic stop. Would you agree?
That's correct.
Now, as a matter of routine in a routine traffic stop, how does backup work?
Routinely, and we hate to use that word, but routinely, anybody that is close by or the closest unit by, if they're not tied up on something, will respond to back up the deputy doing the stop.
Okay, so this isn't like TV. There aren't two guys in every car.
That's
or
correct.
gals or whatever, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And in the event that everybody's tied up in the vicinity of the traffic stop, you handle these yourself?
That's correct.
All right. Now, all of these communications, from the 10 code to the location to the vehicle description, is all of this going out over the radio?
Yes, it is.
And those communications with dispatch are also being heard by other units?
Yes.
And are they being recorded?
Yes, they are.
The recordings that we're talking about, are they recordings that occur in real time? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are they being done in real time?
Yes, they are.
What does real time mean? What is a real time recording?
That would be where anytime, say if I were to say 419 SO 1050 and give out the information, and then there's silence until my next radio transmission or someone else transmits on the radio, that silence is there on the tape. Okay.
So you're dispatching this information out, and you're continuing to travel and engage in the stop. You may not be talking over the radio, but the silence is the time that's occurring, correct?
That's correct.
All right. The events that you're communicating out over the radio, are these events that are being communicated not only in real time, but as the deputy is perceiving them, or closely after the time that they're being perceived?
That is correct.
All right, so we've got all this information out, and you're going to affect your traffic stop, your routine traffic stop. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where you are educated or trained to stop your vehicle in relationship to the person who's committing whatever infraction it might be.
On a normal traffic stop, normal being not a felony stop, we're trained to stop our vehicles approximately 1 to 1.5 car lengths behind the vehicle that we're pulling over.
Why are you stopping behind the vehicle?
For officer safety reasons, so we can see what's going on.
Okay. If you stop behind the vehicle, is everything related to the stop in front of you by definition?
Yes.
Okay. So we now have done our call out. We say where we think we're going to stop, correct?
Correct.
You get to that location where you stop behind the car. Tell us what you're trained to do once you're stopped.
Once we're stopped and the location is confirmed, and what I mean by confirmed, if I said I was going to conduct a traffic stop at Delaware and US 1, we actually stopped at Delaware and US 1. Sometimes people don't stop right away. Sometimes people stop immediately. So we need to update dispatch, any other units, as to where exactly we stopped. Before we get out of the car, once that's done, we look around, check our surroundings, check the environment, make sure that the occupants of the vehicle are not messing around under the seat, or the front seat people aren't digging out of stuff in the back seat, things of that nature for officer safety reasons.
Okay. What is the point of taking a moment to observe the actions of the driver or occupants of a vehicle during a routine traffic stop?
Again, for officer safety reasons.
Now, somebody goes into the glove box, is that an unusual thing during a traffic stop?
No, it's not.
Okay, because what do we keep in our glove box?
Registration and insurance.
All right. And so you're describing a situation where the stop is conducted and you're not just jumping out of the car and running up to the driver.
That's correct.
I mean, would that be a safe way to approach an unknown person in a vehicle regardless of the nature of the traffic stop?
To run up? No,
Yeah.
it would not be.
Before you exit your car, are you doing anything to make sure you're not stepping into traffic or vehicles or whatever the case might be?
Absolutely. Looking in the mirror, sometimes even looking over your shoulder to make sure an oncoming car is not coming to knock your door off or hit you when you get out of the car.
Okay, so once we've stopped, how much time do you estimate? Again, this is just the best of your estimation. How much time are you spending in that vehicle before you're exiting and approaching, getting out of your seatbelt, getting all of your whatever, your pens or whatever you might need? How much time are you taking before you're getting out of the car?
Approximately 30 seconds.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the organization, the way in which the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office is organized. Can you tell us the divisions within the agency? What are the divisions within the Sheriff's Office?
The largest division is the Road Patrol Division, and then we have the School Resource Unit. We have the Court Security and Civil Units. We have the Special Investigations Unit, the Criminal Investigations Unit, the Crime Prevention Unit, and then we have administrative staff and the jail.
Okay, let's focus on road patrol and traffic for a moment. What's the difference between road patrol and traffic?
A traffic unit is a deputy sheriff that does traffic enforcement. They write tickets, they do select speed enforcement, investigate traffic crashes, and DUIs.
So like if the citizens that live on Indian River Drive are complaining, people are speeding up and down Indian River Drive, they call the sheriff's office, those are the guys that might go out and monitor speeding.
That's correct.
All right, road patrol. What about road patrol? What are their general duties and responsibilities?
Their general duties are to patrol their area of responsibility, their zone. They respond to service calls, conduct traffic stops, stop out with people and talk to people, just general citizens, and to check the security of closed businesses.
So basically your road patrol people are like your jack of all trades, for on-duty type officers?
That's correct.
Or deputies, I should say. Now, how is the county divided? You've got all these units. For purposes of road patrol, how is the county divided here in St. Lucie?
The St. Lucie County is divided into 12 zones, and those zones are divided in half by north and south.
And can you tell us how the shifts are structured? That is, when you guys are coming on shift and when you guys are coming off shift, guys and gals?
Currently, the road patrol is assigned to 12-hour shifts. They work 7 to 7. And there are guys that work 6 to 6 as overlap.
And what is the hierarchy on duty at any given day?
The deputy, then sergeant, then lieutenant, then captain, major, chief, sheriff.
And how many deputies would be on duty any given day, any road patrol deputies?
Standard road patrol shift is a mandatory minimum of 15.
And you indicated that the county is divided north and south. Where is the dividing line in the county?
Virginia Avenue.
All right. And how many sergeants are on duty any given day, any shift?
2 sergeants.
And what are their duties and responsibilities?
1 sergeant oversees the north end of the county, 1 sergeant oversees the south end of the county.
Okay. And now knowing how the hierarchy works, and people with military experience would know, because it's somewhat similar, how many people are working under a given sergeant?
About 5 to 9.
All right. And that number can fluctuate?
Yes.
And can you, on occasion, send deputies from another sergeant's zone or whatever you're calling it to work in another area with a different sergeant?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I want to talk about some of the standard equipment that you are issued as a deputy with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, or all deputies with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, all right?
Yes.
Let's first talk about what you keep on your person. I don't want to talk about you so much because you're a plainclothes detective, right?
That's correct.
All right. Let's talk about our uniformed deputies that we see out on the street in marked cars, all right? Let's talk first of all on their person. What type of equipment are they supplied with by the St. Lucie County Sheriff?
Their duty belt, which consists of a duty weapon, a handgun, 2 spare magazines, a radio, handcuffs, a ASP, which is an expandable baton, rubber gloves, and body armor.
What about pepper spray? Do you guys have that too?
Yes.
All right. Now these things, I mean, if I'm a new deputy starting with the sheriff's office, can I just go out and buy the pepper spray I like and the handcuffs I like and the gun I like?
No.
Okay. So there are rules and regulations regarding which weapons and whatever the accoutrements that you keep on your belt are. Is that correct?
That's correct, and all that equipment is issued by the sheriffs.
All right, let's talk about the gun or whatever. What do you call it? Your weapon?
The handgun, yes.
The handgun. Let's talk about the handgun. Is there a particular type of handgun that you must carry as a road patrol deputy, whether it be a sergeant or a regular road patrol guy?
Yes, there is a particular handgun, a Glock 21.
Okay, that means nothing to me. What is that? Is that a pistol? Is it a semi-automatic? What caliber is it?
It's a semi-automatic handgun. It's .45 caliber.
And everybody must carry that gun on road patrol?
That is correct.
All right, what about the ammunition? Can you go out and buy your own ammunition, whatever you want?
No, you cannot.
All right. What kind of ammunition do you have to have?
We are issued and carry Spear Gold Dot bonded ammunition.
I'm sorry, what? Spear?
Spear Gold Dot bonded ammunition.
What does bonded ammunition mean?
Bonded means it's molecularly bonded to the core of the projectile, the jacket, which is made out of copper, as opposed to just wrapped in metal.
Okay, what the wrapped in metal bullets that can come off?
That's correct.
All right, and if you got a bonded bullet, it does not. The jacket does not come off.
That's correct. The jacket does not separate.
All right, what about body armor? What is the rule or regulation with respect to that?
If you're in uniform on duty, you have to have your body armor on.
And can you describe the body armor and what it protects and what it doesn't protect?
There's multiple pieces to the body armor, or a bulletproof vest, if you will. The vest consists of an outer carrier that has Velcro straps, so it's adjustable. It has a Kevlar panel in the front, a Kevlar panel in the back, and then what we call a trauma panel, which is a smaller panel in the center of the front.
So it is only covering basically your trunk?
That's correct.
All right, what about like sides? Is there protection along the sides or no?
There's approximately 7 to 8 inches of protection on the sides.
All right, let's talk about the cars. So we know what a deputy carries on or about his or her person. Let's talk about the vehicle. Marked road patrol vehicles in St. Lucie County. Well, first of all, I didn't ask, do you guys carry body cameras?
No, we do not.
Okay, nobody in the agency has a body camera.
No, sir.
The patrol cars themselves, are they all equipped with video cameras?
Not all of them.
Okay. What vehicles within the St. Lucie SO's fleet have video cameras?
The traffic units.
Okay, so those are the guys that are doing primarily traffic, DUI, and so forth, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Road patrol deputies do not have video cameras.
That is correct.
Do any of the supervisors have video cameras in the sergeants in their vehicle?
No, sir.
With respect to a supervisor's vehicle, a sergeant's vehicle, how does it differ, if at all, from a regular deputy's vehicle?
There's only 2 ways it differs. It has the word supervisor on the front fender on both sides, and it does not have a cage.
Okay. So basically the perks of being a supervisor is you don't